who is over in the UAE. Lovely to have you with us, Sathya.
Yeah, thank you, John. Good afternoon, everyone from Dubai. I'm Dr. Sathya Menon. I'm the CEO of Blue Ocean Academy. We are the largest training company in the Middle East and the only super branded training company here in this region.
Dr. Menon, you said Blue Ocean, one of the leading training providers in the Middle East, and you do a lot of CPD stuff as well. What's your view about being experimental with training? Do you like to make sure everything's kind of there and very easy to explain and have a regulation behind what you're trying to do, or literally are you looking for the golden opportunity to say there is a gap and away we go and Blue Ocean gets straight in that void? What's your approach to that, Dr. Menon?
Okay, thank you, John. See, I would like to segment the profile of the people into Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z, because the skill sets which are required for all these people are different. For example, somebody who is coming new to the job market, they need a different skill set. Somebody who is already there, like me, 30 years or, working for 20, 25 years, they need a different skill set. So we don't need to teach them logistics or the transportation. They are masters in the field because they have seen it all. They have been on the ground. Somebody in the Gen X category, we might need to train them on futuristic skills. Now, what are those futuristic skills? Now, the world is changing, as we have seen. The pandemic has brought us a lot of changes. Artificial intelligence. We are talking about driverless trucks. Somebody who is at the age of 50, 55 might not even comprehend how can a truck drive without a driver unless they see some pictures and some videos, etc. But things are happening. So a driver tomorrow might be out of the job. So what are the skill sets which we can instill in him, which can help him retain his job or do some value addition to what he is doing? Now, a person who is working on the floor for last 30 years or on the operations last 30 years is a very critical resource for any organization. He is not a liability. If they upskill him, he can be a great asset to the organization. And somebody who is a millennial, who has some skills, he has gained certain knowledge by certain methodology, what he has learned, what he has studied during his university. Those are the people who had some university background or some educational background in transportation. To them, we might need to give more skill-based training. You might have to give something which is more related to strategical part of supply chain. To those people, we need to educate them that you are not a cost center. You need to think like a profit center in an organization. So where we can groom them to become the future leaders in the industry. So somebody who is already 50 years old, you tell them you are not a cost center, you have to think like a profit center, it might go out of their head. Yeah, it's not possible to instill because they already are ripe. Yeah, we cannot do any more, operations on them. But somebody who is very young, just out of college, just out of university, he must be learning everything digitally in today's world. This is a skill, transportation, supply chain, logistics, warehousing. This is a skill which somebody has to imbibe. It is not something which you can learn online. It's like learning swimming or, cycling online, taking an online course. Okay, you acquire the knowledge, but you need to practically implement it. So that is why one of the big point which you're talking about is the internship. That comes into a big play. So people who studies out, the youngsters who are the Gen Z category, they need to be properly groomed using internship methodology so that by the time they finish the course, the training program, plus the internship, they are really market ready and, help the organization grow.
What's the experience like in the Middle East? Are you finding high levels of satisfaction with the training and everyone going, yeah, this is exactly what we need? Or is there still this time lag between finding out what the industry needs and then you fulfilling it? What are your challenges at the moment as a training operator?
Okay, I would like to answer this in two parts. The first part is cultural aspect. Luckily, we are operating across Middle East, Africa, and Indian subcontinent. So every market has its own challenges. For example, Dubai is a very matured market. Here, the scope for interns are very less because the market always need industry-ready professionals, people with experience. A person who is studying in Africa or in Indian subcontinent, they have a different set of challenge. There is a lot of appetite for good quality people, whether they are industry ready or not, because the market is booming. So they need more and more people who has knowledge, not necessarily the skills. They need somebody who understands the basics of supply chain. They need somebody who understands the basics of transportation. So those markets which are booming at a faster pace than the other rest of the world, they need people who has knowledge. To address this, the second part, I was lucky enough when I started my career in the early 90s. I did not join as an intern, but rather as a management trainee. And I think what I'm going to say will help all the professionals. When I was recruited as a management trainee, I was not only trained in supply chain management or in procurement or in transportation. I was trained across all the functions in an organization. I was first given training in sales. I was then given training in marketing. Then I was given training in purchasing. I was given training in stores. I was given training in finance. I was given training in HR. So over a period of 6 months, as a professional, I understood how an organization works. Now, somebody who is coming out of the college or a university, once he gets such an exposure, he gets a 360-degree view. So he knows what he has to do in the supply chain or in transportation, which contributes holistically to the organization. He's not just doing a job, but he actually is working as a part of the entire mechanism in an organization. So if companies can imbibe that, then the industry, I'm sure, will benefit a lot from the knowledge, what they're getting from the training, plus the skills which they will be imparting during this. We cannot say internship, like Eddie said, soft skills. I will go one step further. Not only soft skills is very important because people are generally not very well versed with, communication, behavior, time management, etc. But also the other departments, how they work, not only supply chain or transportation. That will make them a very thorough professional. We need to make the industry more attractive. Like a truck driver, he will definitely does not want his next generation to become a truck driver. So we need to make it more attractive for the people. We need to motivate them so that they come into this industry with the right skill set. They should not look down upon this industry, because earlier, traditionally, the concept was if somebody was not good in any other profession, let's put him in warehouse or let's put him in transportation. Okay. So the industry was, this particular profession was looked down upon, unfortunately to say, but slowly, like Reshma said, now we are becoming the star walls of the industry. Big companies are recognizing, like UPS and FedEx and CMA, CGM, big companies are really recognizing the supply chain professionals for the work which they have been doing in the last 2 years. So suddenly everybody has woken up and want to become a supply chain person. So that itself is a motivation, but I think we need to do much, much more in this sphere.
Thank you so much for all your time. So thank you to Chris, to Reshma, to James, to Katie, and Dr. Sathya. It's been an absolute joy to have you with us. Very different dimensions from all over the world. Hopefully those of you watching have found something valuable here to take away and apply. Keep on thinking about this lifelong learning and development of people within your own organizations. CILT are here to help, but reach out to professional bodies that you look to, whoever they are, to try and get the support and guidance you need. So thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day.